Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to Daily's 2A News. Today we're going to talk about how 3 more potential tyrants have dropped out of the race to become the Democratic presidential nominee for the 2020 election. So let's get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the latest failures, the latest dropouts from the Democrat race. You have Amy Klobuchar, who really isn't worth mentioning anyway because she didn't really have a chance to win. You have Tom Styer, who I'm glad is out because he's just like Bloomberg. He's trying to buy his way into the White House. And then you have Pete Buttigieg, the guy who uses his veterans card to somehow say that he can take away our firearms. So those are the 3 latest to drop out of the race. So let's go ahead and take a look at who's left. Interestingly enough, the Democrat Party, who says that they're the party of inclusion, the party who really, from all of their comments, seems to hate rich white guys, has a panel of mostly rich white guys left. You have Joe Biden, you have Bernie Sanders, you have Michael Bloomberg, and then you have Elizabeth Warren, who, for all intents and purposes, could be a rich white guy because she doesn't even know her own background. Maybe she should do a DNA test, but if we take a look at who's left, it's basically old rich white guys that are left on the Democrat ticket. So again, the party of inclusion doesn't seem to be too much inclusive. You have the black guy is gone, the black woman is gone, the Asian guy is gone, the gay guy is gone, and it's old rich white guys and then Elizabeth Warren that are left. So it is just really ironic to see who these people are really moving forward in their campaign. Okay, so what does this mean for the Second Amendment with the candidates remaining? Well, from what I'm looking at, not a single one of them believes in the Constitution at all. They don't see it as rules for government. They just see it as a speed bump to go over as they choose. Not a one of them believes in the Second Amendment, so nobody that's on stage right now for the Democrats would be any better than the other in terms of gun control. Obviously, when it comes to gun control, Mike Bloomberg already has a foothold. He has Moms Demand Action. He has Everytown for Gun Safety. So he already has these like preset networks of people that push their own gun control agenda on everybody else at a local level. So seeing him at a national level, you can already kind of get an idea of what he's going to go for if he's able to do that. So if he was able to actually take the Oval Office, you know exactly what Mike Bloomberg has planned. You have Bernie Sanders, who's a socialist, and if Bernie Sanders gets in office, then he's going to institute socialist policies. And socialists hate for their subjects, because it's not the people anymore, they hate for their subjects to have any way to defend themselves or stand up against the socialist policies that would be coming. So you have Bloomberg, you have Biden, for instance. Biden is just trying to be as left as possible, so he'll push gun control just as a matter of fact. Just because it was part of his platform, he'll push it as far as he can just so he can get reelected again 4 more years later, should he actually get the office himself. And then you have Elizabeth Warren, who is just... Elizabeth Warren just wants to try and prove that she's ultra progressive. So she'll try and push as much gun control through as possible. And if that means trampling on every other right on the way to get there, doesn't matter to her. She'll do it just like all the other Democrats. So if you're watching this video and you happen to be a Democrat, I know there's some of you out there, remember that even if you are the party of so-called inclusion, it doesn't really look like that's what your party is standing for anymore. If you're a Democrat and you're watching this video and you believe in the Constitution at all, and you believe in having rights and your rights are what make you free, then maybe you should consider walking away from that party, because it's not the party of JFK. This is not the party of the past. This is not the party that fought for the working man or was for unions or anything that you may have heard. This is simply the party of, I'm going to tell you what I want to tell you until I can get the power that I'm trying to go for. That's all that the Democrats are after. They'll walk all over your rights. They'll do whatever it takes to get there. They'll claw and scratch their way to the top, and then they will just simply beat down everybody else that opposes them in any way. So you're looking at your First Amendment rights being eroded, you're looking at your Second Amendment rights being eroded, and with that comes every other right. So if you are one of those Democrats that I know watches my channel, just try and consider those things, because everything's going really good right now, and why disturb the peace with somebody who just plans on flipping it all right upside down and basically turning the country on its head. So anyway, something to consider for those people that are watching. For everybody else, I know it's kind of preaching to the choir, but that's the latest update, and we'll see what happens a little bit further on down the road. I personally think it's going to be Joe Biden versus Bernie, but you know, we'll see. Either way, it definitely wouldn't be a win for the Second Amendment. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that little bell notification next to it so you guys know when these videos come out. Again, please like, subscribe, and have a great day.